solid back towards his side. Picked up in the midfield by Enoch Morrison, and then comes all the way back to Sylvester Owino. Long ball onto the flanks. Very well controlled. Curtis Wekesa brings it back to the center. I think they're trying to pace him up on the left side as well. And together with Philip Wasai, they're expected to start the runs on that left side and be able to get the better of the defenders. So Franco Diambo, Sylvester Owino, and Paul Ochuaga have got to watch out for those runs if they are going to survive the onslaught that is coming out on the left side. It's pretty obvious as well that they are already trying to overload the left side, the APS Bomet side. A 10,000 capacity stadium, the Kericho Green Stadium, recently renamed the Wilson Kiprugut Chumo Stadium, and has undergone a little bit of renovations, especially because the Heroes Day, the Mashujaa Day celebrations were held here. The little backflip from the captain didn't quite work, and that's a high boot. That's going to result into a free kick for the APS Bomet side. It took Hilary Otieno off the ball. They might as well just slow down the game if they want to get the better of the Gor Mahia side, which seems to be the tactic that they're employing, and then go on the counter-attack on the run. Oh, this is headed down, and then Gor Mahia placed right in front of Jackson, and I think the flag is up for offside. Well, Duang had already beaten his marker and was heading towards goal, being put through by Ebenezer Sifwa. I think couldn't do much with that ball after that. It's going to be a free kick that will be given to the APS Bomet side. It started at a very good pace. The excitement is palpable, more so from the drum beats of the Gor Mahia fans coming against the drum beats of the AP Bomet side. Maxwell Muchesia has the ball, plays it to his left back. You can always know a goalkeeper who loves to play as a last man, and the danger that comes with it here. They've lost the ball. This one is in the net. It's an early 7th minute goal from Ebenezer Sifwa. Well, I'll tell you without a shadow of a doubt that it comes from just that little play between Maxwell Muchesia and his left back. It was bound to happen. Ebenezer sees that mistake, capitalizes on the ball, having been taken away from the defender's foot, onto the right side. And it's 1-0 in favor of Gor Mahia. Footing the goalkeeper Maxwell Muchesia. A quick run by Alfred Nyango, and Kubasu Maxwell couldn't get to it. Well, the two Maxwells on the APS Bomet side will blame themselves for that. For Asifwa, a left foot, was best placed to put the ball into the net away from Maxwell Muchesia. From the Kericho Green Stadium, it's Gor Mahia 1, APS Bomet 0. An early 6th minute goal by Gor Mahia from a mistake by the goalkeeper. Well, just call it dilly-dallying with the ball in the area. They've done it severally, just playing among themselves, and then didn't go to Kubasi. Gor Mahia again trying to go on a fast break here. Too bad. Running for it, Sharif Musa and Ebenezer Sifwa are a dangerous combination at the moment in terms of speed. This goes out of play. It's going to be a throw in here. It's going to be for Gor Mahia. Brighton Onyona quickly takes it back to his defenders. And then Sylvester starts it out on the right side. Well, it's going to go back to Sylvester then. He got singled out by the coach of the APS Bomet side as a very good return onto the side. You know that you're valued when the coach of the opposing team says good things about you. And Sami Omolo said good things about Sylvester Owino in the coach's interview earlier on. They're still trying to use the left side. They've got the advantage of height as well, but then this is going to be a foul. I think Curtis Wekesa brought down in a very quick tackle that came off Enoch Morrison. And yes, that was a foul. Never mind how sweet it would have been going forward. One of Kenya's smooth professionals, you would say, in Sami Pamzo Omolo. Played for Gor Mahia, played for Tusker FC, has coached Gor Mahia, has coached Tusker FC, has coached Posta Rangers as well. And if you go back into the archives on professional football in India, most likely you'll find his name etched into the history books of the Bengal Tigers, where he played for a good long time. And now has taken the reins of APS Bomet. It's out on the left side. A quick change down onto the right. Well chested by... I think that Rogers Kipkemoy couldn't get to it. It was well chested by Hilary Otieno. But then Rogers couldn't get to it on time. Well, they just need to settle down a bit and avoid the rush that they have already shown in the early stages of the game. I'm talking about the APS Bomet side. They've shown a little bit of impatience and a haste in trying to get towards goal. I think it's just the pressure that comes with being at home. Currently, Gor Mahia's leading it by 1-0. It's going to be a throw-in for APS Bomet. If you're a regular traveler, you know that Bomet has become the preferred route to use if you're coming from Nairobi and you're heading to the lakeside city of Kisumu. To avoid a little bit of a snarl up that usually comes up on the Trans-Africa Highway at a place called Mahia. You now can divert into Ngong, Kiserian, Bomet, Sotik, and all the way to Chabera and to Kisumu if you wanted to. A big run down on the right side. And Rogers Kipkemoy again pushes it just a little bit too far. This is one man who scored against Gor Mahia the last time when they played Gor Mahia. 4 goals to 1 that they put past Gor Mahia. And Kipkemoy scored one of them. Hilary, or rather Hansel Ocheng, who scored 3 goals, has been left on the bench. That's a mistake they will rue, and they will look and wonder why they did that. The goalkeeper thought he had done a good job to send the ball out to his teammate, his namesake Maxwell as well. Asefwa Ebenezer does a good job of putting the ball into the net here. 1-0 in favor of Gor Mahia, and 12 minutes of play gone. I think we've got a player on the ground. And I must also tell you that it's a little bit slippery on the field at the moment because of the little drizzle that has come down. It wasn't quite a little drizzle, but a little bit of a heavier one, so it becomes very slippery as well on the field. You see what happens in this kind of situation. It's going to be a free kick to Gor Mahia. Well, Amono, the man who scored for the Gor Mahia side, is here as well. This goes off the field of play. It's going to be a goal kick. And it's going to be for APS Bomet. I think Maxwell now a little bit careful about playing it onto the left side that became too legible. And also becoming a little bit careful about just playing the ball to his teammates there. So he's been forced to send the ball up at the front. The original tactic was play to the left back, move a bit into the midfield, lump it up at the front, and have his speedsters chasing it up at the front. It's going to be a throw-in for Mahia. Out to the left side, looking for avenues to exploit. And again, trying the speed out on the right side. Brighton Onyona and Asefwa are the men who are being used on that side. It's going to be a foul. Pretty obvious one here on Hilary Otieno, if you ask me. This came from Sharif Musa. Well, lucky not to have gotten a cut for that. It probably will come in for a warning. And a free kick has been given to Mahia. In the midfield, and now some nasty tackles will be coming in here. The referee had better clamp on that because it's a slippery field at the moment, and these are tackles that are potentially career-ending if not very well watched out for. Frank Mandela comes in on a studs up at the end of the studs up tackle, in my opinion. We'll see it again. Well, it looks like he slipped then. Pardon me for that. It's a slip on both sides, but then for Frank Mandela, the problem is that it looks like it twisted something. The energy with which his foot hits the ground and doesn't come up with much friction, or rather comes up with a lot of friction, not slipping through, probably leaves him worse coming out of that tackle. Sabio Bolo watching this very intently. As a coach, you probably start wondering whether or not you will be required to make any substitutions very quickly. That's always the dilemma of a coach in the very early stages of the game. Only 17 minutes of play. For the man who executed the tackle, Franco Diambo, it was obviously going to be a card offense, just as we thought earlier on, and from what we saw as well. A look at it again probably says a different story altogether, but he's the one who initiated it. So a free kick that will be given to the APS Bomet. Oh, Mandela's going to take a little time to recover from that. He hit the ground very hard. The friction on his boot and the ground then doesn't make his body move forward, and that means that there could be something of a twist. I'm just avoiding to mention it because you always have to wait for the doctor's confirmation on what exactly is going on there. But Mandela is off the field at the moment. It's going to be a free kick for APS Bomet. They've got three of their men up at the front. With the advantage of height, headed back into the area. Goalkeeper will have his hands onto it. And a quick break from Mahia. I think they must have known very well that the APS Bomet players will be spending most of the time up at the front. And Mono is protesting that decision on a handball. He says he never touched the ball. The assistant was close there and could have seen it clearly. Well, you and I will always get a chance to see it again. There's a run here. And they were actually protesting that Frank Mandela, who's come back into play, is the one who handled the ball. They tried to call in all the witnesses to the fact that he didn't handle the ball. But I can assure you he did. And the referee as well seems to have been convinced of the same. It's happened very quickly. And he's gone back into the possession of Gor Mahia. Long ball down on the flanks. And a nice little ball control there. Picked up again by Mandela. Oh, he's got the lanky kind of physique that makes him very legible in terms of where his clearance is going to go to. That's him again with racing down in the midfield. The captain puts it a through ball. This is going to be a corner. Well, he had a very good tackle. He shouldn't even be protesting. That was a brilliant tackle, getting the ball off the field of play by Chris Wilunda. And Chris seemed to want to intimate that the last touch was with Sharif Musa. Sometimes it's difficult to believe that, but you be the judge of that one. It's going to be a corner, and it's going to be for Gor Mahia. It's the first corner of for the Gor Mahia side. It's going to be a right foot in swinger from the corner. Well, a very long one. Goes for a volley here. Not very well taken from George Amono, the other Ghanaian international in the Gor Mahia side. 26-year-old professional, but didn't quite get it with the top of his boot. But he got it with his preferred left boot. Looks a little bit young for that age. But Amono is the one who scored the goal when they played last with APS Bomet. It's going to be another throw-in out of the field of play. Duang, the South Sudanese player, is still to make a mark in the midfield in today's game. 0 for Bomet, 1 for Gor Mahia. Scoreline still standing the same now. Picked up in the midfield by Maxwell Kubasu, trying to move forward. The speed is the one letting them down. They really should be watching out for man on all the time. It's going to be a free kick here from a foul. I think he was just held back as he was trying to get onto that ball there. That little pull, he overplays it, of course, but Phil Wasai was definitely held back. And he gets a free kick out of that. The intention and intensity, I should call it, in the face of the APS Bomet players tells you they know what they did the last time. They wouldn't mind doing it again if only Byron Omondi wasn't plucking off the balls from the air as he has done, and tries to get a quick breakout for Gor Mahia. So he's going to go back to Edward Masembe. Left foot onto the left side again. An attempt to bring it back into a cross from that left side. This is by Curtis Wekesa. I'll tell you what they've tried to do. They've got natural left-footed players on that left side, the APS Bomet side. And that's working very well for them when they have the ball on that side. But they have made a tendency of overloading that side. You hardly have seen the ball on the right side. This one had already rolled off the field of play for a corner. And that's going to be for APS Bomet. And again, it's Byron Omondi will be coming into focus. He's risen up and punches the ball out of the area. Picked up again by APS Bomet. They just didn't know where they were at that moment. Picked up by Sharif, brings it back into the midfield. Nice little touch, takes it back to the goalkeeper. Maxwell Muchesia starts a quick build-up for the APS Bomet side. Again, it's on the left side. And Masembe brings it out, picked by the goalkeeper. Very quick action coming out now. This is going to be a foul committed by Chris Wilunda. It's going to be a free kick that will be given to the Gor Mahia side. Wilunda tackling Ebenezer Asifwa. Yeah, a little bit more of basically just holding him and pushing him forward off the ball. That's another good ball down on the left side. Sharif runs for it, doesn't get to it because of the field of play. Says the ball is sliding. But that's the one thing that happens when it rains. The ball moves faster, the players move slower. Any touch on the ground, then the ball has the ability to lurch forward as it has at the moment, running itself out of the pace of the forward. Juma's got to organize his footing better. It's going to be a throw-in, and it's going to be for the Gor Mahia side. We're looking at 26 minutes of play at the moment. Scoreline at 0 for APS Bomet and 1 for Gor Mahia. Asifwa with some good ball control tries to bring it onto the left side to Sharif Musa. It goes back to the right now. Very well controlled, and here is a shot. Massively hard shot from Ochoga. I've had coaches calling it power without control. Oh, well, he exercised some control on that one. It just veered off target. They get it again. And it's Ochoga who tries to bring it back into the midfield. I think it's already rolled off the field of play. Some very quick action in the last 1 minute or so, with Gor Mahia raiding the APS Bomet side. Down on the right side, and Ochoga tried to bring it across. He slipped, didn't quite lift it high enough. The final interception by Joseph Nasibo, and ultimately by Gor Mahia, sent the ball off the field of play for a goal kick. Again, it's Muchesio who starts the build-up on the right side of the field for the APS Bomet side. This is headed back to the center. Will be picked up by Mandela. The captain of the Gor Mahia side throwing himself onto the ball in an attempt to remove it. It comes to Curtis Wekesa. Turns it onto his right foot. Picked up by the goalkeeper, Byron Omondi. Well, it was a good build-up, but ended up very quickly. This one is from the middle. Asifwa, the flag has stayed down. He goes for the right boot. It's intercepted and out for a throw-in. Good defense coming in from APS Bomet. And Masembe is in conversation with his goalkeeper. I think he's telling him, I saved you this time round. When you're in danger and suddenly you manage to get out of it, it's always good to laugh it off and say, yes, you did get me out of it. Curtis is not getting the same treatment as what the goalkeeper Maxwell has gotten a few minutes ago. He gets a hiding instead. It's going to be a throw-in. But they're going to mark it like it's a corner. I think Gor Mahia is going to try and throw it in as if it was a corner. And Enoch Morrison is the man who's going to take it. Not too high up. Little touch brings it back to the center. Some good ball control coming off from Mandela. And it's headed back. They try to come out of the danger area. Good defense by the Bomet side, with the coach urging them to move the ball forward. It's still in play here. What's this going to be? A foul here. This is going to be a free kick that will be given to the Bomet side, in my opinion. I think Alfred Onyango shielded the ball, but that push by Rogers then sends him to hold the ball. And I think that it's been given to the Bomet side. This comes back to Mandela. Plays it out to Nasibo. Well, they've got some good interchange now in the midfield, trying to find a way of getting out of it. Goes all the way back to Mandela. Back to the goalkeeper, Maxwell Muchesia. He knows better at the moment. And he quickly sends the ball out of his area. Alpha to his goalkeeper. Oh, if you ask me, I think that was a little bit of a hard shot going towards the goalkeeper. The kind that the goalkeeper would make a mistake and hold and then have trouble here. Good ball into the midfield. All the way back out onto the right side for Gor Mahia. Now picked up by Kubasu in the midfield. They lose it again to Gor Mahia. Asifwa through ball onto the left side. And the flag is up for offside. And that will put Sharif Musa at least on the brakes for now, as they are intended to break through that midfield. Now, interestingly, it's a Gor Mahia side that is actually employing the fast breaks more than the Bomet side are. And yet it looked like the play was going to be that of a fast break coming from the Bomet side. She's headed back into the midfield. Again, it is Sharif. Or rather, this is Ebenezer Asifwa, the Ghanaian international. Brings it back to the center. Well, the referee waves play on that one. As Bomet will pick up the loose ball. Well, they don't remove it again in their area. Trottering around dangerously with the ball in their area. Sharif Musa just not getting to it on time. A little bit annoyed that the ball was placed too far from him. He wanted it closer. And you can see the exchange between the two players. One says, you should have put it right on my feet here. The other one says, no, I thought you were running forward. And disappointment on both sides. Sharif Musa played previously for Bidco United and has been at Kariobangi Sharks as well. But he's probably most remembered by his fans at Soy United. Oh, he aimed to help Gor Mahia to continue their winning streak. And apparently even turned down offers from Bandari and Kenya Police just to move to Gor Mahia. So you can imagine his disappointment now that he didn't get onto that ball. It's going to be a free kick to Gor Mahia. Maybe Sharif Musa can now try to get onto this one. He made his debut for Gor Mahia as a substitute in the 83rd minute against Tusker FC when Gor won 1-0. And also scored in a derby win against Kenya Police. It's back into the midfield. Brighton, Onyona. Sharif is getting into position, but not quick enough to get the ball. This is going to be a foul from behind. And a free kick that will be given to APS Bomet. We know he's going to get himself in trouble if he doesn't watch out. I see him on the radar of the referee now. Only one yellow card so far in this game on Franco Diambo. And 33 minutes of play with a little drizzle again coming down on the Kericho Green Stadium. Will take a little time to call it the Wilson Kiprugut Chumo Stadium. Bomet will pick it up again. This is Rogers Kipkemoi. Sends it onto the left side, but not forward. It reels back a bit. Well controlled now. And good run by Curtis Wekesa. Pushed on to the left again. A good chance for a cross. Nicely done by Curtis. Brings it onto his right foot. This comes closer to Hilary Otieno, but it doesn't touch it. So Byron Omondi quickly gets onto it. Well, it was a good thing to bring it back onto the right foot, but then it was more of an optimistic shot towards goal, other than a calculated one to get his strikers moving forward, and that's why Hillary couldn't get to it, because it was quite abrupt as well. Oh, again loading that left side. They seem to know or to think that that will give them the good fortune of getting a goal on that side. This is going all the way back to Mandela, and who's preferred to play with Joseph Nasibo into the midfield. To Nasibo again, all asking for the men to come back and look for the ball. So we'll go to Byron Omondi, the goalkeeper on the Gor Mahia side. Still keeping an intact record of not conceding a goal in the last 4 matches that they have played. 5 if you'd like, if you include the draw with Bandari as well. Sharif sends it back and pushed by Brighton Anyona out on the right side. Well, you can see the pattern when Gor Mahia tries to build from right to left all the time, so it's going to be a foul. Still mapping out a strategy on how to go about it. Brian Omondi getting ready for anything that will be coming in his direction. Clean sheets in the last 5. It's a very high one coming onto the right side now, being headed back into the middle. Enoch Morrison headed it out. Back into the midfield. So it's going to be a foul. And it's Asifu Ebenezer was trying to come in there, and you can see the hand of Edward Masembe bringing him down, just to make sure that it doesn't get onto that ball. Well, this angle gives you a better look at it. And just the fact that the player himself is rotating tells you that he's been pulled on the side. It's going to be a free kick. And 2 men trying to map out the strategy of how to go about it. Jackson Duang is there, and Sharif Musa close to him as well. With Maxwell Muchesia getting ready to be able to avert the danger that has come in their direction. 1, 2, 3, 4 white jerseys in the box. That's the Gor Mahia side. And all the players have come back into defense for the APS Bomet side. Oh, very nicely put in by Jackson Duang. But Morrison, the Ghanaian, does not connect successfully. It was a lovely, tantalizing ball straight to the feet of Morrison. You couldn't ask for anything better than that. I think just the angle then might have been difficult. Everybody expected it to be lifted up, but Duang very nicely and accurately places it on the foot of the Ghanaian international. Well, you would say Gor Mahia at the moment is dominating possession. Completely latching onto any loose balls and then making sure that they've got accuracy in their passes every time they're moving forward. It's going to be a throw-in. Played all the way back to Sylvester Owino. And the goalkeeper now getting a little taste of the infield play. Well, I think 3 times he has tried to step on that ball and he was missing it. I think Byrne had better stick to getting onto the ball with his hands. Good through ball here, but a little bit too acute on the right side. Sefwa was not in that position. He was waiting on the side, on the inside, and so it didn't get to him. We're playing the 40th minute of the game. 1-0 in favor of Gor Mahia at the Kericho Green Stadium, now renamed the Wilson Kiprugut Chumo Stadium after Kenya's first Olympic medalist rather. Down on the left side with Curtis Wekesa. They're trying to get a way of bringing in a crosser. A last-minute touch will send it out for a corner. And everybody knows how it could have gone. Everybody sees how it didn't go. With Hillary, the last man on the ball there, hitting it against Alpha Onyango's boot to send it out of the field of play. It's going to be a corner for Administration Police Service of Bomet. A right foot in swinger. They've got the height, don't be cheated. That's why they make them very high. Another nice one here. Now controlled, but that left boot gives it too much power coming off Rogers Kipkeboy. Is looking for a second chance to score again against Gor Mahia. There are two ways in which you become famous. You score for Gor Mahia or you score against Gor Mahia. Both ways you can make your fame. And Kipkeboy was already famous for scoring once. He could have increased his fame here, but this one rolls out of the field of play. Soars above the goal area. And for a goal kick for Gor Mahia. Just about 4.5 minutes in regular time remaining in the first half of this game. A Sport Pesa League Premier League match in the Kenyan Premier League. Live for you on Azam Television. Well, two matches, of course, coming to you live. Just immediately after this one, you'll be able to watch the Ulinzi versus Kenya Police match that is being played at the Ulinzi Complex in Nairobi, the capital city. And this one in the lush greenery of the tea growing area of Kericho. Quick throw in for Gor Mahia to the goalkeeper Byron Omondi. And send it back into the midfield. And with a chance to put it on the floor now. Goes back into the midfield. I think the APS Bomet players have all resorted into defense now and are being very careful about how they come out, knowing that they've been caught on the counter-attack every time. This is a foul. Well, you'll see it again and you'll see why it is a foul. It happens so quickly sometimes. But look at Onyango and what he does. So Alpha Onyango knocks off the player so that Sharif can get onto that ball quickly. It's one of those few that sometimes would be missed by the referee, and only a keen eye would be able to get to it very quickly. This goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. We've got Eric Morrison on the ground, injured from high boot. I think he's looking for who could have tackled him. He's got to learn how to calm down. But that was certainly a foul. A high boot, and very deliberately placed high up there. Play continues. I don't think there's going to be much of added time in this game because we haven't seen much of stoppage as well. Probably just a minute or two in my estimation, as Sharif comes out into the midfield. Attempted to send it onto the right side. Mandela will move it out. I think Nasibo will move it out. And here comes AB Bomet with advantage play given here. And another tackle to try and take it away. The shot bouncing and taking a deflection that sends it up almost past the goalkeeper, coming from Juma. Well, the referee let play to continue here. And Juma kept that position. Manages to keep his footing as well. Despite all the tackles that came in his direction. And ultimately, he managed to get a shot that took a deflection off for a corner. Curtis Wekesa will take that corner for the APS Bomet side. Put in, it's a very low one this time round. Quite unexpectedly for the APS Bomet. They've been playing high balls all the time, and they've brought in the very high corners as well. Well, we've played 45 minutes. There's going to be 2 minutes of added time, in my estimation. Well, correctly so as well for this first half of this very exhilarating game in which the APS Bomet came in with speed. They've tried to use it on the left flank, but speed alone cannot be able to get them the score that they want. They need a little bit of tact as well, and especially to try and change it into the midfield and probably on the right as well. Long ball to Sharif Musa on the left side. Is all alone and would need support. He's got the better of the first marker, Chris Wilunda, running with him. Then Sharif then doesn't go for a shot. It's easily picked up by the APS Bomet side. Now not going too far in the midfield. This will go off the field of play. It's going to be a throw-in. It's going to be for APS Bomet. What a game in the first half. Especially in the first few minutes, in which a mistake by APS Bomet cost them the goal, but in which they intended to overrun the Gor Mahia side with quick runs, especially on the left flank. Again, a very early, what you'd call a professional foul on Asefwa was brought down right before the pass went to him. Some of those ones that can only be captured either by the VAR or by a very hawk-eyed assistant referee. This is cleared off for a throw-in. It's going to be for APS Bomet. Down on the flanks again. This comes to Chris Wilunda. Drops it towards the goal area. Asefwa is angling for this one. Doesn't have the touch on the ball, but tries to move with speed as well. It's pushed to the goalkeeper by Joseph Nasibo. And Mr. Mpaima, the center referee, brings it into an end in the first 45 minutes of the game. A very fast-paced first half. The intention very clear on the APS Bomet side. Speed and overrunning the Gor Mahia side. And Gor Mahia have tried to stop that run. They haven't quite succeeded in doing it. But what they've done is this, they've also taken advantage of the counter-attack. And they've equally done some good attacking on the side. But Asifwa's 6th minute goal is the one that keeps Gor Mahia ahead of this Sport Pesa League Premier League clash at the Kericho Green Stadium at full time, bringing the scores to APS Bomet 0, Gor Mahia 1 at halftime. Well, let's tell you the story in numbers. Only one shot on target. It came from the Gor Mahia side. And 6 shots in total off target. If you talk about corners, APS Bomet has really forced them. 4 of them in total. And Gor Mahia. The fouls have been more committed by the Gor Mahia side and less on the APS Bomet side. But the statistic that counts most is that there's been one goal for Gor Mahia, and that came off Asefwa Ebenezer's foot, the Ghanaian international, on target in the 6th minute of the game after a mistake by the goalkeeper and the defender. So at the moment, APS Bomet 0 and Gor Mahia 1.
This is no joke.
It's the second half of the Sport Pesa League Kenyan Premier League match between APS Bomet, who are the home side, against the league leaders Gor Mahia. And at halftime, Gor Mahia is leading this game by 1-0. A goal scored in the 6th minute by Ghanaian international Asifua Ebeneza, who is part of the team that is doing duty for Gor Mahia in this game today. The other internationals being George Amono, again of Ghana, Jackson Duang of South Sudan, and Enoch Morrison, also of Ghana. So they've given the Gor Mahia fans a little bit of reason to sing and dance in this cold weather. The Kericho Green Stadium, of course, witnessing intermittent showers that have made the field a little bit slippery in the earlier stages, and later on drying up a bit. But it comes down with a little bit of showers as well. Precipitation was projected to be at 68%, and that, with all certainty, in Kericho would result into a little bit of rain. Evident that it's still drizzling a bit, but for the fans, even of AP Bomet, they are not feeling it. They are much more enjoying the weather than they would be talking against it. In spite of the fact that they are trailing this match, they are hopeful, and I've seen their team come up with some very good moves. The APS Bomet side have lumped the left side and loaded it heavily in an attempt to make it vulnerable for attacks and to score from that side. And it might just be the tack that Sami Pamzo Molo will want to still use again in this match. Together with his technical officials, they seem to be mapping out a strategy on how they are going to win it. Byron Omondi with the intention of keeping us a clean sheet again in this game, to count for the 6th straight clean sheet. Gor Mahia having won against Sofapaka 3-0, against Posta Rangers 3-0, against Kariobangi Sharks 2-0, against Nairobi 2-0, and against Bandari 0-0. On the other side for APS Bomet, Maxwell Muchesia, the goalkeeper, conceded 2 when they played Moranga Seals, and then conceded 3 in the 3-3 draw with Shabana. Conceded 2 in the 2-1 loss against FC Leopards, and conceded 1 in the 1-0 loss against Tusker. That would make it 8 goals that he has conceded in the last 4 games. Even as we come into the beginning of the second half of this one, it's going to be a throw-in, and Frank Mandela will be the man to take it quickly. Yeah, that just tells you that it's a little bit slippery on the field with the drizzle that is coming down. I think he wants to throw it more like a free kick from the side. A long throw into the box. And Byron Omondi picks it up, but it's already got off the field of play for a corner. That explains the casual nature in which Byron Omondi went for that ball. He knew that it's most probably already veered off the field of play. It's going to be a corner. It's going to be for APS Bomet. Very early corner for the men in Administration Police Service. Well, there's great expectations about how that is going to be delivered, and that's why there's so much shoving and pushing as well. And everybody just making sure that they are marking their person, and every striker making sure they're able to run away from their marker. For APS, they've had the tendency of bringing in very high balls because of the height of the players that they've got. This is a well-weighted one headed out by Alpha. Here is a chance for a shot. It just veers off target. It doesn't come any better than that. Rogers Kipkeboy nicely chests it down and gives it a very hard boot. And just as you're wondering how that went off target, he himself is not sure about how. Oh, Could have thought that he hit it against his own player. Because I think that Frank Mandela was also waiting for it there to try and redirect it. But this went off the field of play. Oh, this is going to be a throw-in to APS Bomet. Trying to get it onto the line here. Morrison should be a little bit careful about just where he's throwing his boots as well. And not wait every time to get the referee to give him the benefit of doubt. Throw in quickly by Frank Mandela. And then it's played all the way back by Edward Masembe to the goalkeeper. Takes it out to the right side. And they try to get the benefit of the fast break on the left side. This is Curtis trying to cut his way through the defense. And a quick interception by Joseph Nasibo. Gives it back to the APS Bomet side. A clearance not done by Gorbaya. And again, it's in the box. This one cleared out off the foot of Philip Wasai, who will also be penalized for a foul here. It's going to be a free kick that will be given to Gorbaya. But you marvel at the intensity with which the APS Bomet side has brought the game in the second half. Making Gorbaya work hard and really pushing them to have their anticipation up. Well, Gorbaya coming out in numbers to pick up a loose ball in the midfield, pushed on to the right side. And not a very good delivery from George Amono. It forces APS to quickly try to get onto that ball. Well, Sabio Bolo just displaying a little bit of his old self in controlling the ball as it's going off the field of play. You almost think he should have been in there as a goalkeeper and a defender as well. And the traces of what made him one of the favorite defenders in the Kenyan Premier League and in India as well is showing. As a coach, he is known for his very calm demeanor. This is going to be a throw-in. Just behind the player, the APS Bomet fans in full dance as well. Almost thinking that there's a goal coming for them. It's going to be a throw-in. Yep, that's where it should be taken from, according to the referee, Israel Mpaima. Quick throw. Headed out. Picked up again by Mandela, who plays it back. And then pushed forward by Edward Masembe, and Bino Mondi ultimately picks it up. Tells his defenders to calm down a bit. Sends a long ball up at the front. This is Alpha, and plays it back to his last man. And Sylvester Owino pushes it up to the front. It's a chase here. That is won by Sharif Musa. Cross and the header! Just almost getting it at the corner. Lovely hanging header. Just the accuracy of it that becomes a problem here. And the 26-year-old forward, Ghanaian international, almost got himself into the score charts again. Amono had already picked up his spot right at the bottom right-hand corner there. It's just that it goes off target. Yes, he knows just how close it came. Well, the fans will only count the ones that go into the net. Amono has just missed another chance to get himself into the score chart against APS Bomet. Well, Amono seems to have pulled something as well. Must be a muscle pull for the APS Bomet. Yep, they are hitting the drum, and they are hitting it hard as well in celebration of just the kind of game they are depicting against the record champions, Gor Mahia. Here it is again, Amono with a hanging head on the right side, aiming for that bottom right-hand corner, but getting the side netting instead. Well, Amono will get some medical attention off the field of players. Gor Mahia take the throw-in. Then he gets back into the midfield. From the way Amono was wincing in pain, you'd probably think that he might be substituted, might not want to come back. Looks like a muscle pull or something like that. But we will see. Well, still getting some medication off the field of play. Could have twisted something as he was... Well, I think he's been substituted by Capen. Very quick substitution then. Samuel Capen comes into play for Amono. Capen in jersey number 22. In the 53rd minute of the game. The first substitution of the game and for Gor Mahia as well. Long ball that goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, and Brian Omondi will start it all over again. You couldn't quite say that any side has settled in this second half. It's still looking for where and how to be able to play the game. This is still in play, very nicely brought back into the field by Enoch Morrison. And again executing a nice sliding tackle to pick up the loose ball. Good ball down to Ebenezer. Doesn't cut it back on time as Sharif Musa was approaching. And I think it's because he slowed down and gave away the expectation that he's going to cut it onto the right side. So quick recovery by the defense here to deny Asifwa a chance at goal. Joseph Dasibo will obviously be very relieved that he intercepted that one. It's going to be a corner then for Gor Mahia. I think Ebenezer Asifua just ran out of gas. Morrison with a low one. It will go back to him. It's going to be out for a throw-in. Not very well executed on his left foot. He's a natural left-footed player. The Ghanaian international. He's got a little bit of a temper, this man. It was pretty evident when he was trying to look for who had fouled him earlier on. And after recovering from the pain, he was looking around and his fellow teammates had to tell him, calm down. This man moved from City Stars just recently, signing a 2-year deal with Gor Mahia, with an option for a 3rd year as well. Takes the throw in. Flip doesn't put it forward. They don't have any men up at the front. That's how defensive the APS Bomet side have become whenever they are under attack. This goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, Brian Omondi. Tries to send it into the midfield. A better footing that sends it right up at the front for Gor Mahia. Asifua will be penalized for a foul, although there was an earlier foul on Capena. I'm not exactly sure which one Israel Mpaima has given out. That was an earlier foul on Capen. And ordinarily, when the advantage is lost, then it should be given back to the Gor Mahia side. I think that's what Mpaima has employed. If he does that, then it's going to be a very good decision that he has made. Yes, that's a correct decision. The advantage was lost. And so the ball has to be given back to where the foul was. And that foul was on Kapena. It's going to be a free kick to the Gor Mahia side. And a left foot quick one down on the right side, being chased by Jackson Duang, but he doesn't have the quick takeoff that it would take to get onto that ball. He was onside, of course, but the takeoff a little bit slow. And he was very easily caught by Edward Masembe. Scoreline is still at 1-0 in favor of Gor Mahia. A 6th-minute goal by Asifwa. This is Edward Masembe who pushes the ball back to his goalkeeper. And Nasibo on the right side. Trying to make the right side work now. It's throw-in for Gor Mahia. Last touch was with the defender from the APS Bomet side. The right back, Chris Wilunda. That's going to be a foul. So the flow of the game greatly interrupted at the moment with the myriad of fouls that we are witnessing in this second half. And that's because APS Bomet trying very hard to be able to equalize. Gor Mahia trying very hard to run away from just that one goal cushion. It's not a very comfortable cushion to sit on. This is headed out for a throw-in. Cut off by Frank Mandela. Going to be a long throw by Kapena directly towards goal here. I wonder what decision we're going to have on this one. Might just be a corner. But it tells you how dangerous it was then as everybody was running towards it. And Kapena, who has expressed desire to win very many titles with Gor Mahia, seemed to be whispering a new strategy to his teammates up at the front. But you credit the defender for heading the ball out in that split second. This is looking like it's going to be a left-foot-in swinger. The ball refusing to stay in its place finally for Morrison, the Ghanaian international. It's going to be the one bringing it in. A better delivery. Too high up, though. Heads on to the other side of the field. There's enough men chasing for it. It will go all the way back to the Gor Mahia defenders. And right up to Byron Omondi. Well, I'll tell you, there's too much going on in the field off the ball. And two players down on the ground. One of them is Sharif Musa. And the other is Bernardo Diambo. And for some reason, having been in a collision off the ball, it's not a small thing, must be a big thing. There is Sharif. Just being knocked off by hitting a brick wall. And that was just placed in his way. Now the Green Army of Gor Mahia has got his own guards, standing guard on the other side. Don't forget they're playing a team that is comprised of the Paramilitary Administration Police Department, who are the trained soldiers. Well, I think there's going to be substitutions being done here. And it could be multiple substitutions. And Rogers Kipkemoi is one of the men who's exited the field. We'll give you the confirmation of the others in just a jiffy. But Samuel Molo has preferred to do 3 substitutions, bringing in the hat-trick scorer Hansel Ochieng into the game as well. And it could have rested Edward Masembe as well, if I'm not wrong. Hilary Otieno as well exited the field of play. And so Lawrence Kibet has come into play. Well, here is a chance now that has been cut off by Edward Masembe for a throw-in. It's going to be for the Gor Mahia side. 63rd minute of the game. Still have 26 minutes and a half remaining in this game in the second half, so it's still just halfway through. A quick ball up at the front. This is going to go off the field of play. It's going to be a goal kick that will be given to the APS Bomet side. They've made 3 substitutions. The flag stayed down. I think they realized a little bit too late that there's no one who's offside there. They were trying to swing the offside trap. This is played to Edward Masembe. And on to the right side now. Will Lunda has it now in the midfield. The good ball down on the left side for Sharif Musa for Gor Mahia. Cuts it back, tries to bring it onto his right boot. And pumps it into the center. The intention to push it forward not working quite as it was expected. Well, I think there's going to be an offside here. And APS Bomet starting a very quick one. That's a faster run, if you ask me, for the APS Bomet side. Maybe that's what they need, a little bit of speed again in the midfield. But they've relied so heavily on the wing play. And now that the wing play is being cut out, the APS Bomet side seems to be looking for other options where they're not finding any. And so the moves are fizzling off in the midfield. Pushed back by Bernardo Diambo, and again a loss of possession. Picked up by the Gor Mahia side, pushing it onto the flanks, lazily so. It goes off the field of play. It was intended for Jackson Duang. But we know he's not very quick on the takeoff. And so it doesn't work in his favor. Masembe plays it the best way he knows how to his goalkeeper. 1-0 the scoreline. Just one goal separating the two sides at the moment. The last time they played, APS Bomet ran away with it, 4 goals to 1. It's a long ball up at the front. And again, an attempt to get in between by Samuel Kapen. Didn't quite work out. Well, it's looking a little bit jumbled at the moment, with the ball just moving from one side to the other, not effectively being moved up at the front. And staying long in the midfield, the moves fizzling out in that midfield. This will be a foul. And this will be given to the APS Bomet side. So can the APS Bomet side level the scores here? Or will they wait until Gor Mahia again goes further ahead? A long ball down onto the left side. Oh, and a little bit of fumbling trying to get the ball forward. It's going to be a quick throw-in being taken by the MPS Bomet side. Chris Wilunda brings it all the way back to his goalkeeper, Maxwell, who starts a very long ball on the left side. Again, trying to make the same play of a quick break on the left. Doesn't quite work out. Oh, the battle of two different abled players, differently abled in terms of height, that is. One being too tall, the other being too short. And of course the battle won by the taller of the players. Good ball down to the left side. I mean, it was intended for APS Bomet, but there was nobody to go for it there. The clearance not yet done. Mahia getting a little bit desperate in clearances. Alpha doesn't quite take it away as well. And then they are just unable to string the right passes in the midfield to be able to get it out on the front. This is Masembe, plays it out to the right side. Nasibo. And again, this doesn't go through. It's cut out. For a ball that comes back into the midfield. Now looking for a chance to go for a shot. Again, the option is made to try and send it onto the right side. I think it's going to be a foul here, says the referee on Frank Mandela. I'm not exactly sure what is lacking on the APS Bomet side, because they're running possession just like they did in the first half. And they've also been able to keep Gorbaya at bay. But now in the midfield, something is lacking. And I think the idea of lumping it forward all the time might not work very well after. And you need to have another strategy as well. Curtis has been cut off now. Three of them going for it. And that turn by Hansel Ocheng again just doesn't help to make the ball move forward. But this man is as dangerous as he looks. Scored 3 goals against Gorbaya the last time, where they routed Gorbaya by 4 goals to 1. It's going to be a throw-in. And it is for... well, it looks like it's going to be a foul then for a Gomaria side. A throw-in, I beg your pardon. So that's what it has been given for. Ochuoga is the one who has taken it. Headed back in. A quick clearance. Well, Enoch Morrison taking position to tell you that he was going to be heading it back, and then he miscues this ball here. Goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. Byron a little bit lucky to be able to pick that up as well. Otherwise, almost putting himself in a dangerous position, Byron. And of course, some anxious moments as well that he provides for this game. That is still at 1-0 in favor of Gor Mahia. Goal scored in the 6th minute of the game. It's back into the midfield. Sharif Musa unable to get onto it. It's picked up by APS Bomet now. Quick ball, tries to get into the midfield. Now, two different tactics being employed by the two teams. Gor Mahia trying to slow down the game every time APS Bomet have the ball. And Bomet trying to speed up the game every time they have the ball. Resulting into a very interesting clash of different styles. That's the speed, and Gor Mahia trying to stop it in the midfield. Gonna be pushed back by Silvestre Owino out of the field of play. It's gonna be a throw-in. You must admire the resilience. And like I told you earlier on, if you are in this weather in Kericho, in the Rift Valley, then you know that you are playing at altitude, and you know what altitude does. So Gor Mahia could just be facing a little bit of that difficult situation in the second half. Or let's put it the other way around, that APS Bomet should take advantage of that now in the second half and just overrun the Gor Mahia side, and that's what they're trying to do with the speed. A throw-in from Frank Mandela, big one, headed out, and a clearance by Sharif that sends it into the midfield. It's a long ball, again attempt down onto the right side. It's going to be another throw-in for Bomet. Yep, it's where they should take it from, says Israel Mpraima, the center referee. All right, it goes back all the way to Masembe and to Mandela. Nasibo now plays it all the way back to the goalkeeper, Maxwell Muchesia. Well, that's the one thing that works very well in the game of football. You keep possession, you frustrate the others. You frustrate the opponents. At one time, Gor Mahia itself was very good at just knocking the ball around when they had a Brazilian coach who insisted that football is 60% just passing. And yes, for Bomet, if they can do that, then it works well. Chris Wilunda cut off by Sharif Musa for a throw-in that has been quickly taken. The ball with an attempt to lift it into the box. It comes to Asifua. Asifua has got to know when to release the ball. He's staying on the ball a little bit too long at the moment. And he currently is not staying on his feet as well. This will be picked up by Byron Omondi. But you have to be very careful and analyze the three defenders who've missed to touch that ball as an indication of a little bit of laxity as well, and a little bit of frustration on the Gor Mahia side. They're just exhilarated. Back into the midfield, played out by Jackson Duang. Gor Mahia not in a hurry to come out with it. And Sharif ultimately gets it out. Here is a big run now by Gor Mahia. Well, Edward Masembe leaves the ball behind, and for a moment had everybody wondering what's going to happen to it. The field is a little bit slippery, and that's a very cautious tucking of the ball off the field by Brian Onyona, knowing very well that it was going to be difficult to run after anybody who picked up that ball. It's been raining, so it's a little bit slippery on the field. Chipped forward, but onto the side. And Sylvester couldn't quite go to that one. As Bomet will start off again on the right side. Well, they've got advantage, so nothing to complain about. With now Hansel Oching running slightly onto the side. Here is a good delivery, just going past the goal area. You could see Byron Omondi beginning to backpedal earlier on. Wilunda, of course, is closest to it, so he feels the pain more than anybody else. He knows that they couldn't get onto that one, but look at Byrne backpedaling. Wilunda almost thinking he had delivered a masterpiece to get the better of Byrne Omondi. Well, the coach kind of likes it, but coaches don't show very often what they like and what they don't like. Their emotions are usually a hidden treasure in themselves. Well, Curtis gets the better of two defenders down onto the right side, but he's pushed it just a little bit too far on the left side. He was trying to get it onto his right foot, but he employs a little bit of the speed here. And it almost gets the better of Odhiambo as well, as Morrison and Sylvester had already been left behind. It's going to be a goal kick. Alpha Onyango just shielding the ball away and getting his body into the way of this one to pick up the loose ball. He's waiting for where to send the ball to, brings it back to the center. And out again to Alpha. Now chips it on the line to Duang, who gets a touch that will make it a throw-in for Gor Mahia. The touch coming off the feet of Ansel Ocheng. So they made a substitution as well, the Gor Mahia side. They've brought in Mikey Boage. Oh, this is the 6-minute goal that still stands up to now from the Ghanaian international Ebenezer Sifua, having been fed by the captain himself, Alpha Onyango. And I think Gor Mahia have gotten a second goal, and it's Duang. Jackson Duang, the South Sudanese international, who puts the ball past the goalkeeper, Maxwell Muchesia. Akonor, the former Wolfsburg player who is also the coach of Gor Mahia, can't hide his joy here. For Sabi Obolo, it can only single out the mistakes that have been made. For Duang, the celebration is worth every moment that he has been on the field for. Jackson Duang came from the Posta Rangers side to join Gor Mahia. He is on a 2-year deal with Gor Mahia and has fitted it very easily, especially after the departure of Austin Odhiambo. So the creativity is what they like here. Gor Mahia 2, APS Bomet 0. And we're playing the 82nd minute of the game. Here is Sharif. He's gone down on the right side on his own, cuts it back, gets past his marker, brings it back to the center. And the goalkeeper Muchesia pulls a save here off the feet of Jackson Duang again. Lovely save from the goalkeeper. Muchesia decides that he's got to go it by himself. Oh, is this going to be a foul? Oh, here it is again. A quick run down on the right side. And Sharif goes past Edward Musembe, brings the ball back, feeds it nicely. Duang with a volley, but nicely then taken care of by the goalkeeper. Almost the same way you see it. And on this side again, Gor Mahia have conceded a quick goal as we were watching the celebration on the other side. APS have pulled one back. And it's again Ansel Ocheng, the same man who scored 3 goals against Gor Mahia the last time, who's taken over the captaincy as well, has made it 1 for APS Bomet. What a tantalizing clash there. Hansel in the 82nd minute of the game. Well, he goes in very nicely and with a low header. Gets it past the goalkeeper and past the defender Polo Chuoga, who doesn't cut it off.